Hey everyone, it's Maddie Regis, paid media manager here at Automox, and I'm back at it with another episode of Automox Insiders, but it's going to be a little bit different for this December. We're going to do a best of compilation. So I just wanted to hop on here before that and just say thank you so much to everyone for listening to the podcast, for listening to all of the podcasts. Thank you so much to all my guests for coming on and sharing your experience. It was really fun to talk to everyone across Automox and get to interact with some departments that I don't necessarily work with every day. So that was awesome. I'm looking forward to the new year. So we've got a lot of exciting live shows and a new podcast season, which will be super exciting. So keep an eye out for that. And also some cool IT trends that will be coming out. I'm really interested in energy efficient computing. I'm curious to see how that will positively impact both the environment and, the business's bottom line. So, yeah, thanks so much for listening. I hope everyone has a warm and happy holiday, whatever you celebrate, and I'll see you in the new year.
You know what? I'll tell you this. You may submit tickets, but here's the thing. Some days those basic tickets make me very happy because sometimes I really like just doing the really simple stuff. I swear half of my work is spent doing stuff that makes zero sense to me and confuses me for days on end. But sometimes it's nice to have you just requesting access to an app or a license for something. It's so nice because it's so easy.
Automox University was really developed to help enhance the customer education and support experience and to help customers gain the information, the knowledge, and the skills that they needed faster in their own time. So self-paced, digestible, and accessible content that customers and prospects can leverage at any time. With an endpoint management solution as powerful as ours, we really try to take our AXU courses to the next level by enhancing them with real-life scenarios and relatable use cases that our customers and prospects can relate to.
I am, and have always been since I even got my hands in the AWS environment, just a sucker for EventBridge and Lambdas. There is just such a large volume of things that you can create in there. And obviously, it's expensive. It can get expensive, but it's just a ton of fun to integrate systems that way. I'm a sucker for doing any kind of, cool, we don't have the money to get a solution that covers like this gray area here, creating some middleware solution that solves for the issue. That makes me feel very happy overall, just creating things like that. So I like to call them $1 million Legos.
So it could cost you $1 million. Let's be real.
Would you rather make a system-wide policy change or patch endpoints? So I'll be curious to know if this answer is maybe different because you have the Automox product. So
I would actually probably say both. I was trying to think of it, and it's funny. There's a saying that I keep on saying all the time. There's this really old El Paso commercial where they talk about tortillas being soft and hard, and then the girl goes, "Porque no los dos?" And then everyone calls out for joy. But really, you should really just embrace both. You need policies in order to help guide people. Sometimes they just need to know the proper way to do things, and then patching endpoints is kind of the other half of it. So I'd say there are two separate entities that just both work really well together, as well as they're managed properly.
Sides of the same coin. Okay.
There's a balancing act there too. There's a job that still needs to happen on both sides, and one part of the department is really, really heavily focused on business enablement, so helping other parts of the business be successful. And what works really well is with security, you have them right there, right at your side to bounce ideas off of, like, hey, this department wants to do X thing. What are our thoughts here? And we can all get together and collab on it and say, we can accept this risk, we can accept that risk. We're not really comfortable accepting this risk unless we do X. And that collaboration has been really, really effective for us internally on the team, just having that open dialogue, which for whatever reason people don't have, which I don't understand because a lot of us come from IT and we know the pain points, and being on the other side of the house, that's something I always drive to the team, is just open and honest communication.
That's a scary number. 164 up from 84 month by month. I hope that means more people are paying attention versus more software is just being exploitable. Either one, that's definitely scary. I talk about worklets and I talk about what they can do. At their core, they can do simple stuff just like install software, right? We do that all the live long day. But it can also solve vulnerabilities. To give you a really good example, we just put into our worklet catalog the Landsweeper integration. So basically, if we have a Landsweeper customer, Landsweeper Cloud, we actually have a pre-made worklet now that they can take any vulnerabilities that are identified in their environment in Landsweeper, and we can take that, ingest it into a worklet. That worklet will collect the data, put it over into Automox, and then if there's any patches that can be remediated with Automox, Windows Update, third party, whatever the case may be, we'll do that automatically for you.
Well, if I had to pick one thing for people to know, and this really applies to new people, because I think that's where it's most intimidating, is don't let Linux intimidate you. It's not scary. Stop looking for answers and just look. What I mean by that is Linux is full of text files, config files in /etc and log files and var log and dot files in your home directory that applications reference. Almost all of these are merely text files. Go look around, just wander. Go into the directories and look at any of the files. Use the grep command to search for strings in that file or all the files in the directory at the same time if you're unsure. And then once you find what you want, you can use VI or Nano to edit these files and make your changes. But many of those config files have the instructions included in the file. So or you can even just look at the most recent logs entries in the var log files. But I learned so much by just looking into that intimidating command line and just going directory to directory and looking at files. Even when I was trying to accomplish a task, I learned so much by being wrong and discovering the wrong answers and configs in my search for the right one. So don't believe when I tell you that Linux is scary and hard. Just get in there and look around. It's a great operating system to learn by exploring.
I love that. Yeah, you got to learn by doing, right?
I always ask on this podcast the name that you would give Automox if it wasn't called Automox.
So I like FixBot. Fix, BOT.
It'd be something along the lines of like Patchomatic,
Strawberry.berry.io, berry.
So I would say Starfleet.
I would go with Automax.
Patronus or something.
Eye patch, like the eyeball patch.
I would say Patch Ops.
This is going to be corny. Present.